You think being honest gets you out of a ticket? Wrong. In fact, answering one specific question incorrectly could be the difference between driving away and going to jail. Let's bust the biggest traffic stop myths right now. Before we get into these life-saving tips, just a quick disclaimer. I am not a lawyer, and this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Alright, let's get into it. We all get that sinking feeling when we see those blue lights flashing in the rearview mirror. In that moment of stress, a lot of people rely on things they've heard from friends or seen in movies. The problem is, most of that information is dead wrong. Believing these myths doesn't just get you a fine, it can get you arrested or cause you to accidentally waive your constitutional rights. Myth number one is the biggest trap of them all. The idea that if I'm honest and polite, the officer will let me go. Now, being polite is good. You should always remain calm and non-confrontational. But there is a huge difference between being polite and being chatty. When an officer walks up to your window and asks, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" Or, "Do you know how fast you were going?" Most people think honesty is the best policy. They say, "Maybe I was a little over the limit." Or, "I was just flowing at the traffic." Here is the reality. You just confessed. That officer is recording you. By guessing why you were stopped, you have given them the evidence they need to write the ticket or escalate the stop. The police are allowed to lie to you to get information, but you should never lie to them. Instead, you use your right to remain silent, but you do it politely. The correct answer to "Do you know why I stopped you?" is a simple, calm, "No, officer." Don't guess, don't admit, just no. Let's move to myth number two. If I have nothing to hide, I should let them search my car. This is the one that gets innocent people in the most trouble. The officer might say something like, "Do you mind if I take a quick look in the trunk? If you haven't done anything wrong, it shouldn't be a problem." It sounds reasonable, right? Wrong. Never, ever consent to a search, even if you were a perfect citizen. Why? Because you don't know what is in your car. Maybe a friend dropped something under the seat 6 months ago. Maybe a previous owner left something behind. Or maybe the officer just makes a mess and delays you for an hour. If you say yes, you have waived your Fourth Amendment protection against unreasonable searches. If they ask to search, the magic words are, "I do not consent to a search." They might search anyway if they have probable cause, but if you consented, your lawyer can't fight it later in court. Hey, if you are finding this helpful so far, please take a second to hit that like button. It helps us get this safety information out to more drivers. And if you want to stay smart on your rights, consider subscribing. Okay, myth number three. I have to get out of the car immediately to show respect. Absolutely not. Unless the officer explicitly orders you to step out of the vehicle, stay inside. Jumping out of your car immediately after pulling over is seen as an act of aggression or an attempt to flee. It puts the officer on high alert and escalates the situation instantly. Keep your seatbelt on, roll down your window, turn on your interior light if it's dark, and place your hands on the steering wheel where they can see them. Wait for instructions. Safety is the priority here. However, there is a flip side to this myth. If the officer does order you out of the vehicle, a Supreme Court case called Pennsylvania versus Mims says you generally have to comply. Arguing about getting out of the car on the side of the road is a losing battle that ends in handcuffs. If they order you out, you get out, but you shut your door behind you, lock it, and repeat that you do not consent to any searches. Finally, myth number four. I can't record the police. This is false. In the United States, you have a First Amendment right to record police officers performing their duties in public as long as you don't physically interfere with them. Recording is your best insurance policy. It creates an objective record of what was said and done. Traffic stops are stressful, but knowledge is power. The goal isn't to argue with the police on the side of the road. The goal is to survive the encounter, preserve your rights, and fight any battles later in a courtroom where it's safe. Remember, be calm, be polite, but stay silent and do not consent. Stay safe out there, drive carefully, and know your rights. Thanks for watching.